NVIDIA Bogus GeForce RTX 4010 GPU surfaces online, surprisingly comes with decent performance and driver support. NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 4010 GPU is seemingly a reality, but instead of being an official release, the SKU is apparently being sold openly on Chinese marketplaces. NVIDIA's GeForce RTX 4010 GPU is apparently a repackaged model, but coming with out-of-box driver support. Modded GPUs are something that is relatively easy to find on public marketplaces, many of those in China, given that individuals are always up to something. From changing PCBs to even integrating mobile GPUs into desktop form factors, you will always get surprises from modders in China. Similarly, the YouTuber Budget Builds official managed to get his hands on a GeForce RTX 4010 GPU, but interestingly, this particular SKU isn't an official one, but rather a modified unit that holds silicon of some other GPU model that we'll disclose later on. The GeForce RTX 4010 is built by an unofficial lab partner called Shenzhen Bitland, an ODM firm that specializes in repackaging and manufacturing hardware. Upon unboxing the package, the GeForce RTX 4010 was revealed to be a single-slot GPU with a blower-style fan design, suggesting that the SKU targets low-profile workloads. It looks like some sort of cut-down GPU model accessible to Chinese consumers, and this is the case since the part ahead is pretty interesting. When the card was tested upon GPU-Z, the application couldn't identify it, given that the GeForce RTX 4010 isn't an actual thing, at least in NVIDIA's books. Still, it looks like driver support was indeed seamless, without any problems. GPU-Z shows that the SKU had 4GB GDDR6 memory and 96GB per second bandwidth, suggesting that this GPU is indeed targeted for low-end workloads. Props to the Chinese seller for ensuring that the GPU works out of the box, given that this isn't usually the case for modded GPUs. Budget Builds official ran synthetic benchmarks such as 3D Mark along with several other gaming titles such as RDR2, Cyberpunk 2077, and many more. The performance wasn't that bad, especially when considering that the GPU ran on unoptimized drivers. Despite this, the GeForce RTX 4010 managed to bring in 20-30 average FPS across multiple titles, which is decent enough considering the specifications on board. Now, on to the twist. The Bogus GeForce RTX 4010 is NVIDIA's RTX A400 ampere workstation GPU since the spec sheet matches with GPU-Z results. The seller has also managed to bump up clock speeds by an extra 200 mHz, adding a little more performance. This particular SKU was bought at $80, which is considered to be a decent price when you look at the state of Chinese markets. Interestingly, this GPU is popular among OEM builds. Well, there you have it. Another bogus GPU making the headlines and out of the ordinary turned out to be a decent package. We would never recommend getting hands-on with such SKUs given that they often come with a lot of problems, hence sticking to official NVIDIA GPUs makes sense here.